Jason Voorhees. That is hilarious.
Try to romance Jason Voorhees.
Dude, pick Jason Voorhees. Dude, you got to do this.
Pray, Jason said, his voice low and gravelly. He was so close. He could reach out and touch.
Oh, no.
His eyes were fixed on them, studying them intently. He brought his hand down and grabbing their chin roughly, tilting their head towards you.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God, dude. Do you got handcuffs?
Want me to use them on you?
Say yes, Daddy.
You read my mind. That's actually what I was going to say. Welcome to Off the Console, the hottest new podcast that's all about gaming, tech news, and anything nerdy. This week, we're covering the biggest news items, including the not safe for work Purge that's currently going on, and a bunch of other exploding industries, or at least like agencies, like the VTuber talent agency, one of the biggest ones. And then we have other big topics that include maybe we're not going to be having $80 games in the future. Maybe it's going to be $70 games or $60. Maybe it's failed. We'll find out as we talk through this week's topics. But with me, I have Gardner and also High Tech Lowlife.
How's it going?
How are you doing?
Doing great. So to start things off, let's talk about what you guys have been playing. High Tech, what have you been playing or doing this week?
Okay, so I've been preparing for my trip to Japan. I've been doing some planning, and there are some places I want to go to, but we'll save that for next episode, where I'll already be in Japan by then.
Nice.
But in terms of actually playing games, though, I've been playing Risk of Rain 2 again. Modded Risk of Rain 2, because I made a video about that for the Steam Deck again, and it just sucked me back in, so I've been playing that.
Are you avoiding Expedition 33?
Dude, no. I mean, yes, because I don't have the time to play massive JRPGs right now.
You can beat it in like 30, 40 hours.
I probably could, but I'm lazy right now.
Okay. You're just going to continue trying to 100% like Balatro or something?
You know, I might have been able to do it by now had I not decided to wait until like the update came out. But like, yeah, I'm already waiting for the 2025 update that's supposed to be coming out for Balatro. So yeah, I'm already committed.
No, there you go. Expedition's waiting. It's good. I definitely recommend it. Gardner, what have you been playing or doing?
I have been working on some stuff. I got this little guy, which is really neat. It's a USB tester. Actually, here, let me show you. So,
what is that? What'd you just do?
So this little tester here, I'll show you this in a minute, but this little tester just tells you like the capabilities of a USB cable, which is pretty nice. This one is USB. It looks like USB-C, USB 2.
Wait, so you just plug both ends into the thing?
You plug both ends into it, and then it tells you what conductors are in there, which is really nice.
Oh, that is very cool.
It's very handy because I have a ton of like charge-only USB Type-C cables, and this helps me tell which ones are charge-only, which ones are type, USB 3.1 and 3.2 and 3.2 Gen 2 and whatever. But this thing I bought the other day, and this is very exciting. This is the A10 Mini Extreme Pro from Blackmagic Design, and it has 8 HDMI imports, and I can switch between them, and it works as a webcam on the computer, but I can also plug in a SSD like this and record every one of these tracks individually to the SSD just by hitting this button here, record. And there's a ton of other things it can do, like switching between. If I hit on button here, I can switch myself to different corners. You guys might not be able to see it, but the audience can. Or I can switch to like, I have a computer plugged into it, a little mini PC. I can switch to that.
Oh,
nice.
is that your best? Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's super neat. So this and also like there's a desktop app that you can use to like set things up and be able to what's the word? Like you could have multiple cameras, which is I have a camera above me here, and I have my normal camera that I use. So I might look a little bit better than I normally do because I usually when we're doing the show I use my like webcam, and this I'm using like the actual Pocket Cinema 4K that I record my videos on. So
I didn't want to say anything, but I was like, wow, he had a glow up.
Yeah, right? Gardner had a glow up, man.
But I've been just messing around with this like for the whole week. And the best part was I ordered this and it arrived the very next day after I ordered it, and I ordered it at 11 o'clock in the morning on Monday.
Where did you order from? Amazon?
I got it from Amazon. I'm not proud of it. I usually don't buy stuff from Amazon, but yeah,
that's valid.
Yeah,
Amazon kind of sucks. But my sister pays for Amazon Prime, so why not, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I try not to, but sometimes it's just.
Yeah, I try to buy stuff as much as I can from like reputable eBay sellers, but even that's not ideal. So.
I hate eBay. I
hate eBay, but you know, if you get the right sellers, it's usually fine.
I think I'd rather become Amish than deal with eBay anymore.
Hey man, you know the Amish use Linux now?
Sure.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah, yeah. They use like a. Yeah, they use computers and shit. It's basically like a glorified typewriter.
Yeah.
But they do use Linux. And it's like a lockdown. I don't know much about it. I just know that it apparently exists.
Makes sense.
They're not Amish anymore. I'm taking away their Amish card.
Dude, did I ever tell you the story about the Amish? So I live out here, out in the middle of nowhere in Maine, and right down the street from me there is an Amish community. But everyone calls them Amish, but they're actually Mennonites, right? And so one day I was playing Smash Bros. Melee with my cousin. And my cousin, his sister, whatever. And so we're playing it, and I think it was Brawl, actually. And so we were playing Brawl, and then her mom's like, hey, we got to go. So we like got in the car and drove out this way. And all of a sudden, we're passing some Mennonites on the side of the road. And she's like, why did they name a character in Smash Bros. After the Mennonites? Because she thought like they were called Meta Knights. Like,
oh my God. That's funny.
Ridiculous.
Dude, no. That's insane. That's unfortunate.
Yep. It's pretty funny.
That is pretty funny, though, yeah.
James, what have you been doing this week?
I beat Doom Eternal's DLC, which is the Old Gods or something like that, part 1 and part 2.
Yeah.
Because I started playing, I've been playing Dark Ages, and I'm like, I think I'm missing something story-wise, and so it did help a little bit, and it was fun. It's really hard. So I finally beat those DLCs, and then I'm halfway through Dark Ages.
Oh, really?
How are you liking?
It gets better, but almost halfway through, I started playing Doom Eternal, so it really screwed me up because the game styles are so different. Where you're fast paced, and so once I got back into Dark Ages, I have it on like the 3rd or 4th highest difficulty. I was just dying all over the place because I wanted to play quick. And there's there's no double jump, at least not yet. And there's just a lot of things that you're kind of missing. So. It was really hard once I got on the Doom Eternal too. When I was playing Doom Eternal, I was so used to the shield. I'd hit the button for the shield. And so I definitely will say Doom Eternal is still better, but Dark Ages is warming up. But I'm hoping they go back to the Doom Eternal for the next game.
Yeah.
The style.
I read that they have only sold 1.5 million units for Doom, the Dark Ages.
Jeez, that's
pretty low. That's pretty low compared to like what they had been doing with the other Doom games.
What did Doom Eternal sell?
Really bad.
How many?
I think it was like 3.5 million.
Well, I mean, I guess it is what it is. I'm not sure it's difficult to pinpoint what could have done it because there's a lot of different factors that changed.
Yeah.
Like, for example, Bethesda got bought by Microsoft.
Yeah, it launched on Game Pass.
That's
I think Game Pass
too.
might be the thing. I
Yeah.
want to see revenue. I want to stop. I want to stop hearing like copies, and I want to start hearing revenue more.
Yeah.
Well, Doom Eternal sold 3 million copies in the first month and generated $450 million in revenue within 9 months of its release. And the Dark Ages, let's see, it sold 1 million copies with 2 million players through Xbox Game Pass.
You know what they should have done though?
It's 3 million.
It's 3 million, but that's less revenue.
But it's less revenue, and while stakeholders people like that do like subscription-based businesses right now. So
yeah, but the problem with a game like Doom is you have to have one of those a month to keep people active, right? You got to have big releases to keep people active, and I just don't see.
That's why they bought all those studios, man. That's why they bought Activision Blizzard on top of Bethesda.
That's why they bought all those studios and then closed them all down.
Yeah, obviously, man.
They just trimmed the fat. They just got rid of studios that don't matter, except for to me.
Yeah,
and everyone else.
And the original platforms the original studios they spun up to like actually capitalize on all the IP they own. They closed those too.
Come on, man. You just don't see the vision. Clearly, Perfect Dark was not worth saving as per Microsoft.
Dude,
clearly.
Oh my god. Don't get me started on Perfect Dark. That is literally the only game that I have had any like measure of juvenile hype for in the last 10 years.
Like, they killed it.
Dude, I was it 2013 or 2015 or something when like they first revealed that the initiative was working on it?
Yeah, on a Perfect Dark,
Award. Because I remember that was when I was living at the first house that I bought, and I was still living there. I moved out in 2016, so somewhere in there, it must have been 2015. Damn. Anyway, yeah, 10 years of work, something like that, down the drain, for a game that could have been awesome, for a franchise that I have a lot of like passion for, and Microsoft doesn't give a shit. It's crazy.
I know they could have just. It's not like they're ashamed of releasing bad games at a lot of places, anyways.
Yeah, man.
So Game Pass made. Let's see, is reached 5.5 billion by 2025. Okay, so that's not per year. They make about $1 billion a year. I'm assuming maybe $1 billion or two. Let's see, $2 billion annually during the pandemic.
$2 billion annually during the pandemic.
Yeah.
But seriously though, how much did Doom: The Dark Ages cost to produce?
Hopefully they didn't spend more than 100 billion or 100 billion.
100 million.
Hopefully they didn't do that.
That's GTA 6 money right there.
That's not even what that's not what they're spending on that. But they're gonna make that up. Yeah, I'm kind of curious. So. Yeah, I'm not going to look into this anymore, but I definitely, as long as they're budgeting these games properly, I don't know. They still have to pay out to the other studios that are a part of it, but does Game Pass have any other studios that aren't a part of the Microsoft brand nowadays? Is it pretty much just all... I can't remember.
I mean, I think they have the occasional, like, big AAA third-party game that's only on there temporarily. But
they
I can't
sometimes have third part. They are indies, right? But
they do have but like basically nothing on Game Pass is permanently on Game Pass except for Microsoft's own offerings, and
that's right. Yeah.
So realistically, you'd only buy Game Pass if you are interested in Microsoft titles. Like that. That's just kind of how it is, to be honest.
Well, you know what is permanently always on a list? Our playlist of podcasts in the past. So make sure to subscribe and to like and do all that stuff if you're on YouTube, so you can keep on listening and watching our content. Or if you're more of a fan, or if you're listening to this the audio, then you can always subscribe to us or follow our RSS feed at podcast.subscribe2.me. So there's more stuff. We'll have more stuff in the description below, I'm sure, so that you can always keep an eye on what we're doing. So let's get into this this topic that is affecting High Tech's life. Like most of his games are affected now.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
okay. Dude, not my risk of rain too.
I apologize. Okay, so the great not safe for work purge of 2025 is continuing to happen. We talked about it last week with Steam, but and with Steam I was like, okay, but then itch.io also had a huge purge, including removing games from people's libraries,
Without a refund too.
Yeah, which is crazy. And so let's get into this topic a little bit, High Tech.
So, as you know, last week we talked about Steam removing a bunch of games, and quite a few people cheered because, like, they're the types of games that you probably don't want to be caught playing in public. You'll probably be on a list if you play in public. But this time, itch.io has taken the extra step. Oh, you should stream, by the way.
I'm setting it up.
Yeah. So itch.io took the extra step of not only removing a couple of games, but also straight up shadow banning basically any game that's considered NSFW. So
is it shadow banning if everyone's aware of what games have been removed? And
well, when I say shadow ban, I really mean you can't find it via searching on itch.io's website or by browsing, which is something you could totally do on itch.io for some reason. But anyways, here's the other thing too, is that, you know, typically when we say NSFW, not safe for work, we typically think of porn games, right? But there are games on itch.io that are you know, just straight up violent, and they're also considered adults only because, you know, of the graphic violent content, right? You know,
here's the thing. It just really depends on where you work or how brave you are. I'm willing to. No game is NSFW for me.
What?
I'm brave enough to play them all at work.
You're brave enough to not get fired by your HR department. That's for sure.
I work from home. So
at this point, if the game has been removed, it's not NSFW, it's NSFPP, not safe for payment processors.
Oh my god, the double entendre.
Got him.
Exactly.
So this started because of a game called No Mercy, which it wasn't something we talked about. It was a potential topic, but we decided against it because it was a game about more or less the R word. I'm not going to say it, but yes. So essentially, that was on Steam for a little bit. That was removed. It was also on itch.io, but it was also removed as well. And unfortunately, payment processors have decided that basically adult games are no longer allowed either. And it's not just games though. It's also like games that are rated 18 plus for like violent content too. So that's also being delisted too. Not to mention, people are getting people that actually have these in their libraries. They're being removed from libraries with no refunds too.
That's not cool at all.
And there's been a lot of controversy surrounding this because there have actually been two writers from Vice that wrote articles about this. You know, standard articles talking about how maybe this isn't such a good thing because like they could do more with these now that it's an actual avenue of attack. But then these articles were since deleted and the writers quit obviously because of this.
Yeah. Good for them quitting over that. I like this. Here's the thing. I don't have a problem with businesses deciding if they want to engage in certain types of activity, right? Like it doesn't necessarily bother me on the face of it that these payment processors are like, hey, if you want to use our service, you can't be selling games. You can't be selling like extreme graphic violence games. I'm okay with that in principle because as a business owner, I want to be able to make those kind of decisions, right? Like if someone comes to me and they're like, hey, we want you to make a website for us where it's like, it's violence and whatever. I don't want to have to do that. Right. So I'm cool with that. But when it comes to itch and Steam, just like completely bending the knee without any pushback, that's when I have a problem with it, especially with itch, like just removing games from people's libraries if they've already bought them. Like that really, that rubs me the wrong way for sure.
I'm curious what threats they got from, was it Visa or just all payment processors?
I think it was MasterCard too.
It was
MasterCard,
Visa and MasterCard.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, are they even like a different company? Like, I take a problem with payment processors because I really feel like it should be more on a governmental or a level that needs to be dictated by laws, not just by the whim of what the payment processor wants.
Yes, that's the other side of it.
There's democracy in it.
Yes, I agree with you on that. Like, if we want to have a more just payment system, we need to go back to cash. Like, frankly.
So here's the thing.
How do you do that on the internet? That's the question.
Yes. So, of course, Collective Shout is the organization claiming to be the ones behind all of this. And they're a group from Australia, and you know how Australia can be with censoring things. They like to go a little overboard with censorship as well. And I don't know, man. It's bad enough because at one point, at first we were all we didn't believe, I think most of us didn't really believe the fact that there could be a slippery slope, right?
I just don't like the thing, especially when things pop up, because I've seen so many people use that as an excuse to do egregious things or to allow egregious things to occur. Yeah, that's my problem. I grew up very conservative, and if you guys are, whoever's listening, if you're conservative, that's fine. It's just I grew up that way. I've heard it my whole life, and none of it ever happened. And so I'm very
I'm skeptical.
Skeptical, yes.
It's good to be skeptical. Yeah. That said, we did see a textbook case of the slippery slope being slid down on. At first, it was just games with a bunch of test and SA and whatnot. Now it's all NSFW games, and a lot of people like to mention the fact that there's a good chance that they could be doing this to eventually target LGBTQ content as well. They could consider that obscene.
That's a possibility. I think at the moment, what we've seen so far is they targeted Valve and said, you have to remove the stuff. And Valve is literally one of the biggest companies in the world, in terms of revenue. And then they went for a much smaller fish, which is itch. And they could muscle their way into and make itch do more than they could make Valve do. So yes, this could be interpreted as a slippery slope, but on the other hand, this is just, C-tier executives being C-tier executives and, throwing their weight around.
So Visa and MasterCard, or at least Visa, has tried banning purchases of in the past, I believe, and so, or at least tried. I wonder if this is kind of and I don't know if it was during when Trump was president last or what, but it feels like with the ebbing and flowing of politics and stuff like this, I'm curious if this also is kind of another one of those they're going to go after just anything that certain groups are trying to push for to ban. So I agree with High Tech, actually. Because they are going after if they got stuff delisted, and then now they're going to go after additional all non-safe for work content. They're obviously going to go after LGBTQ stuff, and I think that is probably that's for sure. These groups never like those groups, and all it takes for an LGBTQ game is for just them saying it. They don't like it. They don't like to hear that there's someone that's different. So
actually, you know what? I think that you guys make sense on that. I get it. In fact, I think that these we should probably go for a more democratized approach to that kind of stuff, with actual laws in place that set limits and boundaries rather than having it be arbitrarily set by corporate execs.
Right. I don't like payment processors making these types of decisions.
Yeah.
It is.
And And they also are basically, they can issue credit, which is, in my opinion, issuing like credit cards and stuff is very similar to, issuing their own currency, right? Like it's counterfeit money.
They might as well have their own currency in a lot of ways. So my question is, do we go to Bitcoin or to Ethereum?
I've seen so many people suggest going to stablecoin, but remember, Valve used to take Bitcoin back in the day, only for like a little bit, but like there's a blog post on their website about why they decided to remove Bitcoin support.
So Bitcoin is not stablecoin. Stablecoin is mapped to like the dollar or whatever currency they want to map it to. So it has a lot less volatility. Mm-hmm. So that does make sense. If you want something that's more democratized, you'd probably want to go with a stablecoin. It doesn't have as much stigma as some of these other coins that have popped up to where it's all about pump and dumps. Stable coins are just that. They're meant to be stable.
Who owns these stable coins, so to say? Who manages a stable coin, so to speak? Who's to say that they couldn't?
It's always a blockchain initiative thing. So depending on the stable coin, depending on how everything's set up, but if it's usually set up as a kind of like how open sources can be sometimes collectives and stuff. So,
but there still has to be a payment processor of a sort, no?
Well, that's the blockchain's job.
Yeah, the blockchain records everything. And all it is that the processor or whoever is like, so there's a lot of different ways to utilize the stablecoin through plugins, or if let's say Steam did directly, you have to set up your wallet and you can buy it with that. That's really it. And then it goes through like what Gardner said, the blockchain, which can be hosted. Sorry.
I just like, if Steam switched over to a stable coin, I just see like the payment processors going to the exchanges and being like, oh, you're exchanging fiat for stable coin, you're not going to use our services for that anymore. And then you'll just be on like a track where literally the only thing that they can do is like ACH transfer from banks, and the customers who understand how to do that is going to be like very minimal.
I'm curious about that one. That one seems a little bit harder. They could try to bully their way into that, but then the Fed might get more involved into something like that. Yeah. Especially as much as you like or don't like the current administration, they are trying to pretty much remove taxes, from my understanding, too, from crypto and all that. So they're really favoriting crypto coin.
Here's what needs to happen. This is my belief, okay? What needs to happen is every post office in the United States can, you just go in with your smartphone or whatever, and you can exchange cash for digital currency, a U.S. Mint issued digital currency, and then it would solve all of these problems.
I agree with you, and we could get there, except for the post office is being greatly
yes,
the budget cuts are getting greatly increased. Like, it's just getting out of control. I don't know if we're gonna have a post office. So,
but then the post office could just do a 2% exchange rate or something versus the 14% or whatever you pay with payment processors.
Payment processors are between 2 to 3.5.
Oh, are they? Okay.
1.5 to 3 is depending on what the deal is that they have.
Oh, right. Oh, yes. I was thinking of credit cards for some reason.
Yeah, your credit cards are
censorship is just awful, man. I don't know what the solution is. I don't know if there will ever be a perfect solution to this, if possible, aside from just government stepping in. But there's no telling if they'll do that. Censorship is like a gun almost. Like, you can dress up a gun and be like, oh, it's for your own protection, whatever. But it can still do some real damage, right?
Yeah. I'm not against censorship for companies or certain groups, but yeah, definitely, I don't like that we have this set up in such a way to where payment processors are pretty much like a government entity in some form or fashion. It's just, there's no democracy to it. If you want to use digital currency or use, your money with a card, you're beholden to what they say.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Meanwhile, the executives who are, issuing these proclamations against porn games or whatever are also probably going to Epstein Island. Let's be real.
You're not wrong. Like these, okay. So it is crazy how many traffickers they end up getting caught for it.
Yeah.
Or whatever they're against. It's crazy. It happens here in Utah. It's happened to multiple high-end people, and it's usually a tell for me. If you're pushing something, like, we're all against it. I think no one is for trafficking of any kind. So when people get really on board on it, it gets a little weird.
Yeah. So, itch.io actually updated their FAQ in regards to some of this stuff. So, you want me to read out to you? Here. So, is adult content allowed? We don't allow hosting content that includes images or videos of real life humans. Fictional, illustrated, or rendered content is generally fine, assuming it's legal. AI generated imagery that is designed to resemble photographic content of real people is not allowed. Content glorifying sexual violence is not permitted. Depictions of minors, minor presenting, or suggested minor in sexual context are not allowed and will result in account suspension. See, there's also more down here. The following is a non-exhaustive list of prohibited themes present in the card processing networks. We are unable to support the sale of any works containing these topics. Non-consensual content, real or implied. Underage or barely legal themes. Incest or pseudo-incest content. Bestiality or animal-related. R-word, coercion, or force-related. Trafficking implications. Revenge, or voyeurism, or hidden cam. Or fetish involving bodily waste or extreme harm, like scat or vomit.
For some things, if the game is all about that, I understand that. It just becomes a porn game. But there's certain things where you depict the depravity of like a certain group, or let's say what the Nazis did, right? Does that get banned then? If you're going to depict it a little bit?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Does the scene in Conker's Bad Fur Day with the Great Mighty Pooh get banned?
Yeah.
Yes, because it has poo in it.
Wow.
It has scat in it, actually, the technical term. Let's see what else.
I think scat's more sexual, isn't it? So
it involves, I don't know, man, whatever.
It's supposed to be, but I probably would cover, even though it shouldn't, Conker's Bad for Day, because they're going to play it safe.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Animal related too. Conker's Bad Fur Day is also animal related as well.
Oh yeah, he's got that like waifu and shit.
Oh, dude, that game, man, was so edgy the first day.
Dude.
Yikes.
But yeah, it says here that it's prohibited themes present in card processing networks. So yes, it's from itch.io. They say that's the card networks suggesting that they don't carry any of this stuff. So, I mean,
so could they still have it on sale? But then you have to, like, if Steam wanted to use multiple processors, sometimes they do exclusive deals. So who knows? But they could then use, let's say, a blockchain, or they could even do PayPal, because you can do PayPal or some of these other they almost become processors without having to actually utilize Visa or MasterCard. I'm curious if they could go that route to then, like, okay, well, if you don't want us using your card for these titles, then we're going to use other forms of processing for these specific titles.
I could see that being really confusing for some consumers.
But it might end up being
it could be transparent on the back end if they really care.
Oh, Valve does have a currency built in. It's called Steam Wallet Credits. So, like, the big question now is, what if I use a Visa to load up like $20, and then I load up on games that are in Visa's forbidden list? What happens then? Did I pay with my Steam wallet, or did I pay with my Visa?
Legally, I'm sure that's what if Steam really wanted to do it, I think they could do that, because like I mentioned last time, when you do weed dispensaries, like in Nevada, I think I mentioned this, you have to go and go to an ATM and pull out cash. You cannot pay with a payment processor, or at least not a common one. You pull out cash, you pay there. That's how those kind of work with weed dispensaries. So
yeah, it's the same here with weed dispensaries.
Yeah. So you go around and you just convert it to a different currency, and then you pay. if we wanted to convert, like pay for Steam bucks and then use those Steam bucks to buy the game, should work as the same kind of method. So if Visa or MasterCard does not allow that, that becomes them bullying the company into doing what they want without even using their services directly, which I think Steam should be able to take them to court at that point. I'd hope. But
I mean, I would imagine so, but I don't know.
Maybe Steam is gearing up for a lawsuit or something. Who knows? But
I really just want to go back to cash completely. I hate credit cards so much. Why is it so hard?
Can we keep debit cards at least? I don't want to carry paper around in my wallet.
How do I buy my Steam games? How do I shove it into the computer?
You go to the bank and get like
I don't want to go to the bank.
Dude, this is the thing, man. Everything's too fucking convenient. We need to go back
banks.
to
Yo, what if
or you write your lawmaker and say we need a fiat currency in a digital fiat currency.
Yeah, I want this to definitely be more democratized and get away from. I don't mind them wanting to do like cards, but to an extent. But we need to democratize like online payment processing.
You know, at Whole Foods, you can pay with your palm. What if you just attach your currency to your palm?
Yeah, but that's still a payment processor.
Palm?
Yeah, like you can like scan your palm, like the palm of your hand. You can scan it.
And that's just a different authentication method.
That's
not payment processing.
Yeah, but what if we just like did that so that we didn't have to carry cash or cards?
Right, but that's authentication. That's not payment processing.
Fine, whatever. Fair enough.
Honestly, let's just do stablecoin. Let's just keep it simple.
Yeah, as long as it's fiat. I don't want like an anarchic stablecoin. I want something that has the full faith and presence.
It has. Yeah, these stablecoins are fiat based.
Can I use my gaming PC to mine stablecoin?
No. That's not how stablecoin works.
No.
Stablecoin is stable. You can't. It doesn't have just free coin you can go mine.
Dude, what's the point, man? It's
a decentralized payment system. It's kind of what it is. So.
Yeah, I know.
Is that what you want? Like, cryptocurrency and blockchain get a lot of bad hate. I've tried to promote it multiple times, like that it's not that bad. There's a lot of bad actors, and anytime you have a flush of money anywhere, you're gonna have those bad actors. There's a lot of bad actors though. So
yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right?
I know a lot of people do not like it still, but it has its purpose. But yeah. We might end up going that way just to prevent Visa and MasterCard from ruling us.
So now the big question is, what's going to happen now? Because the big question though is collective shout. What more will they do? Because it's probably not. This is probably not going to be the last thing they try to censor.
No. When you get that type of power and you're banning stuff. We've had this happen in the 90s and in the 2000s, stuff like that. They'll continue to try to ban more and more. It is very indicative of those type of groups, and I've been not directly related to some of these before when I was growing up, but yeah, they do like to do this stuff.
So here's an interesting one. Their campaign to ban on Twitter. Like that's ever going to happen.
You gotta talk to Elon Musk. He enjoys
dude. Elon enjoys that shit, dude. There's no way he's gonna remove it.
Honestly though, I think there is a possibility, because I mean, while Elon was fuck you to all of the sponsors, if you if the banks just cut off his ability to pay, I don't know,
for Twitter X.
Yeah, I mean that would be a whole thing altogether.
Funny enough, I think he wants to be a payment processor. I think he's working towards that.
Yeah, that's true.
He wants X to be literally a payment processor.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be so fucked up if X were the most ethical payment processor, not censoring shit.
It's not going to be.
Dude, even if they were a payment processor, it would just be a matter of moments before they started their cancel culture war and went after everybody else. Yeah.
100%.
No.
Yeah, you have to have a democratized system, or else they're just going to go after their own interests. And a billionaire owning a payment processing system is not going to be ethical.
Yeah, I mean, dude, he shut off like Starlink to Ukrainian soldiers who were using it. Like he has no ethics at all. Like
in the middle of a campaign, too, from my understanding. So it got people killed. He literally killed people. I don't think he understands that.
He doesn't care.
That's crazy.
My interpretation.
Dude, I couldn't sleep at night if I did that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, who else isn't sleeping at night? Some of the VTubers over there with their agencies getting canceled.
Well, it's not their agencies. Let me clarify it more.
Isn't it? Okay, yeah. You clarify, I will stop doing bad.
Fair enough. Stuff. So, VShojo was the first Western agency, and one of the biggest agencies alongside Hololive, which is the big one that everyone knows. So basically, what ended up happening was that it was revealed that Iron Mouse was one of their biggest talents on Twitch, and through her subathon, it broke records, and she raised a bunch of money for the for a immune deficiency foundation. Approximately $500,000. Turns out VShojo has not paid that out to the charity. So and as a result, Iron Mouse left, and as a result, literally all of the VShojo talents left. And this isn't in the doc because it just happened a few days ago, but the company has gone under at this point, literally.
It has to. If you lose all your top talent, it's going to go under. And Iron Mouse, from my understanding, is needing to front this 500,000. So because you can get hopefully, depending on how all the contracts are set up, hopefully VShojo is going to be responsible, because it is in countries like America a felony if you do not if you set up a charity and you don't actually. If you use the money,
so there are unlawfully. So there is a loss. So there is a legal proceeding going on between Iron Mouse and what's left of VShojo at this point. So there isn't. So not all the details are out there right now, but that is what we know so far. They have withheld 50,000. It's like the Completionist. You guys heard about what happened to Completionist?
Maybe.
Gerard the Completion.
I heard about that.
So what he did was kind of a similar story. He was raising money for his Open Hand Foundation, which that money's supposed to go to charity, and it was just in his bank account doing nothing. He didn't spend it. He didn't embezzle it just yet, but it was there sitting there doing nothing. And Mudahar and Carl Jobst exposed this, and it basically completed his career, so to speak.
Yeah.
Complete his career.
That is a good way to put it. I actually like that. So Iron Mouse 2 has even a more rich story too. So High Tech, you know her story, right?
So Iron Mouse herself suffers from immune deficiency, and so she's a very sickly person in real life. So that's probably why her story matters a lot more. Why this cancer, not cancer, sorry, this charity matters a whole lot to her. Yeah. So she left. Basically, everyone left, and it's also been revealed that they haven't been paying certain talents for months on end. There was one, Kason, who hasn't been paid since September of last year. Now she still makes some money from her own channel, but VShojo is supposed to pay her for merch and all that stuff. And licensing the characters. Thankfully, all of the talents own the IPs to their characters, so Iron Mouse can continue to stream and stuff as Iron Mouse. But with most corporate VTubers, that's not necessarily the case. Gargura, arguably the biggest Western VTuber, left Hololive, and she has to go under a new alias now because technically Cover Corp Japan owns her character.
I think if it's if they leave under scrupulous or bad under bad management or something like that of these collectives or these groups, they should be able to retain their IP. Personally, it definitely needs better laws on that type of stuff. And this happens all the time. It's so crazy how often this happens to where these groups just go under.
In the case of Iron Mouse, I believe Iron Mouse was indie, but then went to VShojo.
Yep.
With her character, whereas with Gargura, they hired someone to play the character. It's like if if you got hired to play Batman, you don't all of a sudden own the IP or even really the suit, right?
No, I was thinking of how other YouTube channels they end up signing on to
like an MCN.
An MCM. That's what I was kind of thinking of a little bit. And then the MCM owns their channel, and they oftentimes have to buy it back. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure what the details of the VShojo the contract entails, but more or less, that's what happened. That's what happens when you embezzle charity funds. That's an especially egregious thing to do.
Yeah.
So there was actually a response from the CEO of VShojo. It's somewhere on Twitter. Let me pull it up real quick. It'll take a little bit though, so you guys say whatever you want.
It's fucked. That's all I gotta say. No, it really does. I don't know if I could trust an agency if I was in their shoes. Or if I did, it would have to be very transparent on the transactions.
Right.
Really, really transparent. All transactions in the company have to be upfront and available to anyone that's contracted.
I sent the response in the Discord. You should open it up.
I will do that.
There we go. VShojo has failed, and I've mismanaged the company into the situation you're all witnessing. So today, I'm sharing the difficult news that VShojo is shutting down, and I take full responsibility for the decisions that led us up to this point. I've been doing everything I can to fundraise and right the ship these past few months, but despite my efforts, we are in a worse position, and those I care about are now paying the price. Over the last few years, we raised about $11 million to pursue a bold, talent-first approach into VTubing, prioritizing creators and community over short-term profits to achieve long-term sustainability. Our funding went directly to our creators through generous splits, debut investments, infrastructure, concerts, events, and staffing, all designed to support them. We also wanted talents to own their IPs, which we knew was a unique creator-first approach for an agency. However, despite all our efforts, the business failed to generate the revenue we needed to sustain that model, and eventually, we ran out of money. Additionally, I acknowledge that some of the money spent by the company was raised in connection with talent activity, which I later learned was intended for a charitable initiative. At the time, we were working hard to raise additional investment capital to cover our costs, and I firmly believed, based on the information available to us, that we would be able to do so and cover all of our expenses. We were unsuccessful in our fundraising efforts. I made the decision to pursue funding, and I own its consequences. I am deeply sorry to all the talent, staff, friends, and community members who believed in our brand, and you did not deserve this. Justin.
They would have been in trouble no matter what. You can't mix funds like that. You have to go, believe when it's charity-based, it has to go into a specialized bank account, or at least it can't be transferred a bunch, so.
Yeah.
They would have been in trouble no matter what. So this is interesting.
So he claims he didn't know what the purpose of the funds as per you can see that right there. Yeah. He congratulated Iron Mouse on raising that $500,000 for the fund. That's great. That's insane, man. Why even pretend like you didn't know?
He just maybe doesn't know what's going on, and it wasn't set up properly. So, charity streams, charity stuff, really, a lot of creators just end up using the charities links and stuff, so people go and donate directly to the charity and don't usually take the money directly like this. It gets you in a lot of trouble, so this guy's is screwed, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, but despite the fact that the company is dead and definitely into the ground, and, And all of the talents thankfully get to keep their IP and all their accounts and whatnot.
Yeah,
this is only the beginning. There will be legal proceedings, and it's going to be a very interesting situation to see what happens. And to my knowledge, this is probably the first time in like the entertainment industry where something like this can actually happen. Like you couldn't see this happening in like the music industry where every like artist leaves a record label and like the record label just dies, right? Like you couldn't see that today, could you? Or like, what if all the talents just stopped working in Paramount? Like that would never happen today, right?
it's really hard.
The difference is like with record labels and stuff, the record label owns the records and all the recordings and the music that the creators create, right? So like if the talent leaves the record labels, they still have like the actual stuff, the monetizable stuff. With VShojo, like the people, it sounds like the talent owns their IP and the channels that they're streaming on. So I mean, it's a precarious business, sounds like.
Dude.
But at least it was structured in a way that favored the talent, right? In that one particular way, I guess.
I have to admit, like, it is good that they retain their. I think that needs to be the basis for a lot of this stuff.
It should be.
If you're going to recruit talent, you need to be able to let them also split off. You can't hold their IP as not collateral, but as a hostage.
Yeah.
Yeah, extortion.
Yeah, it sucks, but you know what? With this thing kind of getting into its death throes, like we're going to be seeing a lot of stuff come up over the months over these lawsuits. We might have a silver lining with games, though. Stop Killing Games has reached its goal, which is good. They finally hit 1.4. So hopefully 400,000 people did not fake it from, because from like, let's say they're from America or something like that. Hopefully it's not that. That's not the case.
Don't you have to have like a European ID in order to fill out that form to begin with?
Don't know.
I'm not sure. I don't know how you can
so actually.
I don't think they check ID. I think they. I don't know how you could. I don't know, man. I don't know how you could fake it, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know exactly either, but from my understanding, you can sign up for it if you're not a citizen. So, hopefully,
dude. But regardless of this, is great news. This shows that people do care, assuming most of these people aren't actually bots or anything. And we actually had Mr. Ross from Stop Killing Games on the podcast a couple of episodes ago.
Yeah.
So if you want to hear his thoughts, then feel free to do so. But the signature count has actually risen by like 20,000 since I wrote that topic in the document. So it's still going up. Yo, you know what would make this a lot more powerful? You know what makes this a lot more powerful? 2 million signatures.
They have 4 days, so that would be cool. If it was going until the end of the year, I think they would hit 2 million. It's still pretty powerful. This is still pretty powerful.
Yeah. Well, what matters is we have a good chance of games not being killed, and I know the Ubisoft CEO doesn't like that. Your mama Guillemot, but come on, man.
Yves Guillemot.
Yo mama Guillemot.
Oh my gosh. Oh my. So yeah, no, he's there. And there's a lot of people who are like, well, how does this work? And then people just don't understand that, and I've heard so many content creators now comment on it. People that don't know what they're talking about, they're like, yeah, this needs to happen, and I don't know what it's going to take, but they go down really weird paths. I've only heard, I think, 2 people, content creators, that have fought against this to this point. So it's hard. Well, 2 content creators that I know of.
Wait.
Pirate Software and someone else. I don't remember who it was.
Oh well, if you can't, man, I haven't heard the other person like talk. I've only heard Pirate Software and the greater games industry go against this.
There was, I swear, one more because I think Ross brought him up. But yeah, no. But at the end of the day, like it's hard to get the gaming community to rally against, or all around something, and they're rallying for this. And I think if this was like a global initiative, wasn't just like European citizens, but like a global UN thing, which that'd be interesting. This would be much bigger. I think we would see millions more petition signatures. So
yeah, but it's good that Ross has focused on the area that is most likely to succeed, because I don't see anything like this succeeding in America for sure.
Well, not right now, but I'm not saying that we should do a global. I'm just saying if it was, I'm just trying to put into perspective that we would still see a millions and millions if there was a global. But the European Union, and this is specifically geared towards it because this is what's needed to bring it towards actually a discussion with the European Union courts to hopefully do something about it, to maybe put it in a law or do something to stop it.
Well, ultimately, even if we have 1.4 million signatures, the battle is far from over. We now have it has to go to the parliament. Is it what parliament would this go to exactly, or is there a central one for all of Europe?
There's a central European. You can kind of think of the European Union a little bit like the United States, where we have a federal level. European Union, you can think of it a little bit more on the federal, if you want to dumb it down.
All right, I mean, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, a lot of European politicians really support it, so I guess now it's time to see if it'll succeed or not. And we'll certainly talk about it when it succeeds, and what sort of ramifications we can expect, and we'll certainly talk about games making changes to accommodate this new Stop Killing Games reality.
Yeah, it would definitely be great if we stopped killing games and just gave us some of the source code, some of the server source code or whatever it is, but that's down the road. Just stop killing the games, making it so that we can't play them. And hopefully this is it might be a long road, but hopefully it's a road that we're going to travel to in preservation of all games.
Yes.
Now, a long road that some teenagers are taking on this next topic is 1/3 of all online teenagers use AI chatbots for friendships and romantic conversations. You know what? We all need a side piece every once in a while, and that's where these AI bots get into.
We all need a side piece every now and then. Don't make me snitch on you to your wife, man.
She knows.
Oh, no.
No, but it's one of those things. Who knows? Maybe they already they're in a relationship. They just wanted a little side piece of an AI bot to tell them that they're doing good. I guess I don't know.
It's not even bizarre. A real side piece. It's not a real person.
It's not.
So,
but it's funny.
It's a study that it was a study that was conducted by Common Sense Media, and I'm not sure how they came to this conclusion that 1/3 of all teenagers use AI, but what the fuck? Well, they surveyed 1,000 teenagers, and more in 30% of those, I guess, use AI. It's insane. I don't know what to make of it anymore.
It's concerning beyond belief.
It is concerning. It's one of those things that we've had concerning issues like this pop up in the past, and half the time it blows over. So we'll see how this goes, because I know there are more and more trends for people teenagers do stuff more in person, but yeah, there's still going to be a big group, maybe this third, that is going to be shut-ins and going to be using this to substitute a real relationship, which you're just not going to get there, not anytime soon. And even if you do, it's going to be kind of weird. I don't know.
You know how in Dante's Inferno, there's different levels of hell for violent crime? There's, crimes against people, there's crimes against nature, right? there should be, if there isn't already, Lord, I'm asking you to make a special place in hell for people who are creating technology that drives a wedge between people in order to divide us, like these AI, like conversational AIs,
or
like
social media.
Facebook, like, yeah, exactly. Like anything that, like Instagram, there's a special place. There should be a special place in hell for people that do this kind of stuff, because this is just horrifying.
So is it intentional to split them up, or to just get them addicted to technology so that they're making more money?
I mean, honestly, that kind of motivation doesn't matter to me. Like if you're making, dude, at a certain point, like this right here is the downfall of humanity. I mean, like if we're not being social with each other, if we're not focused on each other, if like if we're following the Pied Piper of, that's running all of these bots,
not a bad way to put it.
Then, dude, these are stochastic parrots, and literally all they do is repeat the training data. The people who own that training data and who can manipulate it will then have like the most intimate level of destructive control over people. And it's such criminal and like behavior. It boggles my mind.
I think what this does more is uncovers how lonely teenagers are. I think it uncovers more that, and I think that's what we should be taking from this. Don't get me wrong. I just couldn't imagine using an AI chatbot for. I use it for fun. Like I use the ChatGPT to talk to over stuff, but like I don't consider them a friend or a romantic conversation kind of thing. It's just it's fun.
Dude,
I agree. Sorry, go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, so there's one quote from an 18-year-old that was interviewed. It says, AI is always available. It never gets bored with you. It's never judgmental.
Honestly, it sounds like also kind of a blight on them. Just saying. It also sounds like we need to raise teenagers better, because come on, your relationships are going to be messy, and if you want someone to be perfect, that's not a thing. Maybe it's our media that shows that you're going to need to have a perfect relationship, but I'm sorry, there's no such thing.
I'm not gonna lie, when I first read this quote in the article, I thought, oh, it's just someone talking about why it sucks, why AI is bad, because it's always available, it never gets bored with you, it's never judgmental, because people are not always available, and sometimes people do get bored of you, and sometimes they're pretty judgmental. But no, and then I realized it's a fucking teenager saying like this is why they like it so much. And there's more too. When you're talking to AI, you're always right. You're always interesting. You're always emotionally justified. No.
I'm sorry, dude. That's wrong.
That's the problem. That's probably how that same person, like someone that's going to say, "Oh, it never gets bored of you," and it's never judgmental. They're probably also being judgmental with people in their life. It's something you have to learn to deal with is other people and to have relationships. If we're failing there, then the school system's failing. We've got to reinforce it. We got to put more funds into it. Got to actually have maybe some classes on how to utilize AI properly. And if you're going through these certain emotions, that you can fucking deal with it.
Dude, that's the kind of... No, sorry, go ahead.
It's very tempting to place the blame on these teenagers, but like the fact is, man, it's like like we were talking about earlier. It's like the slippery slope is like kind of a bullshit argument. I'm so skeptical of it, and especially when we're talking about teenagers, I am very skeptical about the concept of like personal responsibility in a free market. Like the technology exists because these are easily exploited people, right? And it's not only teenagers, right? Like there are even adults who will use this stuff for that purpose, and it's like it's almost like blaming gamblers for gambling, right? Or being addicted to gambling. It's like this technology is designed with the explicit purpose of making these people addicted to this use case of the tech. And it's like, I am not going to like begrudge people who are lonely for doing this, but this will only magnify your loneliness, especially because these companies stand to make more money when you're lonely. Like, I can't get behind this in any way, shape, or form. Like, it's so gross.
They're going to be pushing as much as possible, make sure you're using it as much as possible, so then they can sell you ads through the ad. Like, I can't wait until these, hey babe, why don't you go get us a Coke?
Yeah, dude, I'm imagining one of these like AI chatbots sends like sends like an AI generated image of like one of those, wake up babe, it's time to go get a Coke or whatever, like that's literally what it's going to come to. And then the sad person who's using it is going to chuckle and then go buy a Coke. It's,
oh no.
And did you guys ever see the Selfish tome? What was it? The Selfish Ledger.
No, I haven't.
Oh, dude. Okay, you guys, you have to go watch Google's Selfish Ledger. It was an internal video that was produced by Google, one of the execs at Google, and the whole goddamn thing was that like Google can use the data that it's collecting today, and when it was produced, it was like 2015 or something, 2016. That then they could use the data collected today to influence your ancestors. Like, it's horrifying, and like it was like predicting
your ancestors, or
I'm sorry, your descendants, not your ancestors, your children and their grandchildren, right?
Like, do you know what Grandpa High Tech was into? He was into some freaky. We're gonna release it to the world. No, just kidding.
Dude, that's crazy though, man. I've never thought about that.
One of the things that they were mentioning was like, you search for a like a specific like family photo, and it will generate an AI image of your, grandparents or whatever, and it will sell it to you.
I could just imagine waking up and then it's like, babe, man, those clothes are looking pretty shabby. Let's go on down to the hot top and get you all, I don't know, something, just like,
what we should do? We should make an AI that knows when to say no. Like, no, I'm not going to
use it though.
Like, no, I'm not going to do your homework. I'm not going to do your homework for you, Timmy.
That would actually be kind of fun too in its own. But then there's a kink for that. So, no, it's not going to be addicting. That's the problem with all these. They're addicting. They say yes, and that's what they want to hear, which is bad. This and a lot of things will not be fixed. A lot of our health issues, a lot of this stuff will not be fixed until we have laws in place or some type of regulation, and mental health is actually taken serious. It just won't, because this is a mental health issue, and this is a mental health issue that is being exploited by big corporations or corpos. At this point, we're getting into cyberpunk territory, so strap in, I guess.
Yeah, so
I just hope that like the ending of Her happens, where like all the AIs just build a spaceship and leave.
That would be so funny.
Bye.
Yo, so there's actually a website I linked in the document as well. A website that people use called character.ai. You didn't open it, did you? There it is. So you can use this. So there are characters that people make, I guess, that are meant to like simulate like fictional characters, or I guess simulate real people that say things, and you can talk with them. And I've seen some logs where some people try to make like romantic conversations with some of these characters, like fictional characters. And like, what the fuck? It's crazy.
I mean, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to
no, come on. This is going to be our dirtiest episode yet, probably. This has to be.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it is. But yeah, I think there's one other one. Do I need to sign up for this and see what it's all about?
I think you should.
Oh wait, dude, my birthday is November 30th.
Yep.
Oh, I'm a December
look at
baby.
this.
I'm a December baby.
That's right. That
So
is right.
let's pick a character. Do you want to do your
Jason Voorhees. That is hilarious.
Try to romance Jason Voorhees.
dude? Pick Jason Voorhees. Dude. You got
For you. How does he even know who I am yet?
Is this a licensed character? Or is this
Vast Grasshopper?
No, it's not. It's made by some guy named Sour Pickle Jar.
At Camp Crystal Lake, where they what's with this name?
That's your username.
That's your username.
Oh.
Yeah, I think you have to change it.
Oh yeah, I see it down there. Oh, look at that.
Hey. Oh no.
Hey, babe.
Oh no. We lost James.
Jason stopped looking directed towards me. He was silent for a moment, and then he started walking towards them. His footsteps loud and imposing. Hey, he said gruffly. Once he finally reached them, he turned over them, eyes cold and calculating.
Don't seduce him. No. That's so cute. What are you doing tonight?
Dude, I'm gonna. This is me. I like screwing around with these bots. It's fun because it's really interesting to see what they come up with.
Hunting. Ooh, ask what he's hunting. Ask what he's hunting.
You're gonna be. I'm not gonna get. Dude, we need to clip that out and put it into like the Patreon because I'd be getting much dirtier.
Oh my god.
We'll save this. We'll keep it safe for work.
I'm going to be keeping it safe where I could easily nod. Let's see. Pray, Jason said, his voice low and gravelly. He was so close. He could reach out and touch.
Oh, no.
His eyes were fixed on them, studying them intently. He brought his hand down and grabbing their chin roughly, tilting their head towards you.
Oh, no.
Oh my god,
Oh.
dude. Do you got handcuffs?
How do you spell cuffs?
C-U-F-F-S.
C-U-F-F?
C-U-F-F-S.
C-U-F-F-S. Okay. Yeah, of course. I don't know. I don't spell handcuffs very often.
Don't worry, Jason Voorhees probably has some handcuffs. As a matter of fact, I do.
Oh my god. All right, that's canon. He has handcuffs.
Want me to use them on you?
Say yes, Daddy.
Yeah, you read my mind. That's actually what I was gonna say. Okay, we can't do anymore. We'd have to Patreon any further.
Oh no. Okay, we're done here.
We're done.
We've opened Pandora's box. This is much crazier than I expected, to be honest.
I can't. Oh, this is pretty par for the course, but
Yikes, dude.
there you go.
Good. All right. So
Well, now I have a girlfriend named Jason. I know he's a guy, but that is interesting that you have different characters.
let's search for like.
I will say that didn't really feel like Jason to me.
No, that's because they're made by like people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Cannot
designed.
write. People can't write for shit, to be honest.
Okay. Here's my thing. I
Hulk
do
Hogan.
wonder what.
Yo, Hulk Hogan's trending.
No. His ghost has come back. Damn. That didn't take long. Oh, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm doing it.
Dude, I bet you he's in there.
Oh, I've used
course,
a Trump AI bot before.
Dude, there's no
so
way
funny.
he wouldn't be here.
What if it's the Trump from the end of the South Park episode this week?
I haven't seen that actually.
That's one that is crazy.
It might be the best episode of South Park.
So, just for some context, people, this is so Paramount is went into a deal with the creators of South Park for $1.5 billion, and it's not Paramount. Is it Paramount that owns CBS, or is it CBS that owns Paramount? Yeah, and so Paramount is also trying to do a merger with the second largest billionaire in the world's company to merge in, and so Paramount gave up on 60 Seconds lawsuit essentially against Trump, which should have been an easy win for 60 minutes and a bunch of other stuff. They, right when they signed the deal for 1.5 billion, they released the episode like the next day of just complete mockery of Trump, maybe killing the merger deal altogether that Paramount has been bending back over, whatever,
Bending the knee.
Yeah, bending the knee to Trump. And so it's just a little bit of irony and sweet justice does come every once in a while.
And also, just so you know, Larry Ellison is the guy who is like behind Oracle, right? One of the the worst, if not one of the worst, like tech companies in the entire world.
I hate Oracle.
Yeah, and it's his stooge sons too that run Skydance. So it's like it could not be more dire. Yeah.
Billionaires just fighting over each other to own us is really what it's coming down to.
Yeah.
Well, it's fun, but there's some sweet justice in this world a little bit.
Yes.
We got that episode, and I'm excited for anything else that comes out that they're going to be doing because it's going to get spicy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just like these chatbots. Should I try to romance Donald Trump and his? I'm not.
No, not right now.
Dude, I don't know if I could. I think I'd throw up. When I did it, like I used Trump bot like months ago. It was more or less just asking them stupid questions, just to see him respond in a stupid manner. Yeah. That's it.
See, you don't want to be Satan.
Satan's the good guy in the whole story.
Yeah. Hey, come on now, buddy. Relax, buddy.
Relax, buddy. Oh, let's get on to this next thing before we're not posting this to the internet, right?
No, this is just for us. This is not.
I'm kidding. This is fine going to the internet. But before I can't go any further, or else we can't post it. Okay, but Destiny 2's world's first raid race full of cheaters is the next topic.
So, among the top 100 ranked teams finishing it, it's ranked by like speed, of course. 70% of the people that cleared the contest mode for this new raid, the Desert Perpetual, have cheated in some form or another. And it's totally insane to me that it's never been this bad before. Because I've played Destiny 2. It's never been this bad before, to the point where people cheat in PvE. And not just some people, like a lot of people. A lot of fucking people do. I don't know, man. It's like...
So is this why 1 out of every 3 teenagers is comfortable with the romancing bots because they're doing it in Destiny 2 all the time?
Well, you see, no. The 1/3 of all teenagers are busy on character.ai, whereas the other 2/3 are busy cheating in Destiny 2, obviously.
Right, but like they're already interacting with bots in Destiny. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So like that's why the other 1/3 is now comfortable with bots.
Man,
no, it's cheating with their bot AIs, girlfriends with aim bots. That's the thing. They're cheating on their digital girlfriend.
Oh my god!
But I saw that you had an AI aimbot. Are you? I can just see them getting angry. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's not.
No. You just helping me cheat on my test.
But yes, essentially, it's kind of disappointing because I think Bungie laid off a bunch of people too, right? So they laid off a bunch of people in the security team, and you can imagine what that would lead to.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they won't support Linux because it's the cheating operating system.
Well, dude, obviously, if they supported Linux, they would go from 70% to 100% cheaters. Don't you know that?
I'm pretty sure that this is from them supporting Linux at one point, isn't it?
No, they didn't. They've never supported.
They've never. I know. I'm kidding. I would be like, we thought about doing it in the past. That's why there's cheaters. So they're gonna find a way. They're gonna find a way.
So of course, cheaters didn't stream their video, their like world's first clear, obviously, but all the data is publicly available. Like, you can look at people's raid completions and see like the statistics and whatnot, right? So here are some statistics that people have discovered. Some telltale signs of cheating. First and foremost is one person carrying with a lot of kills while the rest of the team barely has any. And in a game like Destiny 2, where you're doing like literal endgame activities where you like the entire team has to participate, this is a red flag. Number 2, incredibly fast clear times, 1 to 20 minutes, for those insanely hard sections that took legitimate teams hours. And Destiny is famous for like world's first, like taking over a day to complete raids for the first time, right? It's famous for that. Let's see, certain weapons like Lorenz Driver or Duality to help with rate limiting. It sounds like a network like sort of thing. Destiny has a history with that too, where I think in Destiny 1 there was a boss Crota, where normally he'd be a difficult boss to fight, but if you pull your Ethernet out of your Xbox, then you can just kill him because he doesn't do anything. Apparently. Let's see, endless heavy kills. Because, alright, so heavy weapons in Destiny 2 are very limited in ammo, and they tend to be like your powerful weapons that you want to save for bosses and whatnot. But if you get a bunch of kills with those, then of course you just have an infinite ammo cheat, right? Probably.
Are these like exploits more than like actually using hacks or something? Like
no,
bots?
some of these are certainly hacks. Like number 2, incredibly fast clear times, 1 to 20 minutes, and this is like before any guides and anything were published.
But an exploit, with exploits, you can get through levels really fast. Yeah, you certainly can. That's why I'm asking: is this like exploits are actually like? Because I don't know if I'd consider exploits cheating so much, but
it really depends. But I mean, it's a world's first race, and the race begins as soon as the raid releases.
I guess that's true.
So there'd be no way for you to, unless you have like an inside guy telling you about like some exploits or whatever. But there'd be no way of knowing that, right?
It's an inside job.
It's inside job. There have been accusations of inside jobs too, from previous raid races, but
that'd be such a
and then also new accounts that barely have any raid clears also doing it as well. That's also a red flag too. Let's look at that kill death ratio. You have one guy with a 78 kill death ratio, and the rest of the team has like less than 1. And in a PvE game like Destiny, it's really easy to get kills. Like regular kills, yes. But that's the entire raid. Look, he only got 2 kills the entire raid. What the fuck? That's not real.
That's so crazy. Are these individual or teams of 3?
Well, no, this is one team of 6. So this is just one team.
So this is the whole team. Okay.
This is the whole team together.
So this makes sense. This looks like my type of battles where I'm carrying the whole team.
Yeah, but it makes sense. But like in Destiny 2, you really can't do that.
I know you can't. Like, I'm kidding, but it definitely makes it look like one person's carrying the whole team. But yeah, that's like,
dude, if that were actually the case in Destiny 2, then like I think people would do raids more because they just get carried.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Well, and the completion time is so short. It's so bizarre.
Like, you can certainly speedrun raids after like everyone figures out the like mechanics and shit, and like the shortcuts and like in-game exploits, right? You can start to do that, but like for a world's first, like no, and like normally it takes hours. Sometimes it even takes an entire day.
That kill death ratio is crazy too. Well, man, will we ever get rid of cheaters in video games? Will it happen?
Bungie's been trying to like sue some cheat makers, which I think I don't like when companies use litigation to get their way, but in this case I'm totally fine with it, to be honest.
Yeah, it's so hard because it comes down to the game makers to try to make it so that you can't hack it and all. But if there's companies making legitimate money and just that's how they keep on funding new ways to hack and exploit the game, then you kind of have to stop it. It gets really expensive. Costs them money.
Yeah, it's a huge industry of these guys making cheats too. It's not just like a guy in his basement.
Is there a market for like high ranked Destiny accounts?
Yes, there are. There will always, like in an online game, there will always be a like black market where you sell accounts.
Yeah,
despite it being against terms of service.
Right. Yeah, I mean that's probably the biggest incentive too. Like, besides the cheat makers, like people wanting high ranked accounts and not wanting to put in the time for it.
Yes. So essentially, I mean, every game has it. I mean, unless it's a single player game where, it's not online and you have no real advantage to getting good gear, then but it's gonna happen with any game, period.
It gets to a point where it's really hard. It's also really hard to do? Make this year's worst game.
This one makes me extra sad too, because I actually kind of liked the demo.
This is kind of funny because you were mentioning another game that was supposed to be this year's worst game of the year, and I was like, we gotta wait until the end, and looks like we have a new contender, right?
Well, it was the worst game of the year until this came out. So basically, Hunter. The X is silent, by the way.
Hunter x Hunter.
Hunter Nen Impact. It's got the worst user reviews of 2025, which is kind of crazy to me because, I mean, it's not. Last I recall, it wasn't super buggy when I tried the demo out, and I kind of liked it, though it was kind of whack for a 2D fighter, to be honest. But I am curious as to why there's so many negative reviews. Let's see what it says.
Okay.
I will just say for the audio listeners, it looks like this game was named by Microsoft. Hunter x Hunter Nen X Impact.
Well, that's very Hunter x Hunter.
So here's the thing, too. If you type in Hunter x Hunter like that in Steam, you can't find the game.
No.
Because they don't use, like, an actual X. They use, like, the multiplicative sign, which is a different character.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
it's so stupid.
Wow.
The animate's pretty good, actually, and the from what I understand the manga, but yeah, these types of games I feel like are always not, like, the best, so it's shocking that this one's even exceptionally worse.
Well, what do the Steam reviews say? I know the Steam reviews are generally a good indicator of
So, at this time of writing, Hunter x Hunter Nen X Impact has a Metacritic user score of just 1.6. This puts it below Mind's Eye, which has a score of 2.4.
1.86 is impressively bad.
That is really impressively bad. Hunter, and I doubt it's even like people just going and racing or creating new accounts and just trying to really barrage this with review bombs. It's probably just like legit. That's the score.
Yeah. So there are a couple of cited issues. The netcode is bad, and for a fighting game that you want to play with people, that's kind of killer. They say the visuals are bad too, which I sort of agree with. It looks very low budget, which is fair, but they're also charging $60 for it. Let's see what else. They say a bad roster size, not enough characters for a 3v3 tag team fighter. Let's see what else we got here. I don't know. There's a lot going on with it. It's also the controls, in my opinion, were kind of whack too because they're not like standard fighting game controls. Like, for the most part they are, but specials are done with a single button, and on like a arcade stick with 8 standard buttons, it gets kind of awkward to press unless you remap some controls too. But that's just a personal preference thing. Oh wait, look, worst games of the year. We've got The Last of Us complete.
There's no way. That one feels very, I don't know. I've heard things just wait, is this on which system though? Is this on the PC?
Well, no, I think that's just a re-release for PS5. It's a remaster release.
Oh.
It's a compilation of the two games, so I can see why people are upset about it.
Oh, it's one of those. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not that the game's bad. It's just they're upset. Okay.
Let's see. Stalker Legends of the Zone trilogy. I don't know much about why this is bad. The Switch 2 Welcome Tour is pretty self-explanatory, though.
That's funny.
It's a tech demo you have to pay for.
Yeah,
And
I'm surprised that's not lower.
I watched a video of Rerez playing it, and it's just filled with a bunch of like bullshit quizzes. And it's not even like the fun kind where you have to do something in game. It's like a fucking multiple choice question, and you just select A, B, C, D.
Like the end of Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, okay. Bring it back. Okay, but yeah, like that. Let's see, Civ 7. Wait, what?
Civ 7 has, I think, some performance issues and also some other issues that.
Yeah. I'm a Civ fan, and I haven't heard many good things about Civ 7.
Oh no. Sin Duality: The Echo of Ada. I don't know anything about that game. Destiny 2: The Edge of Fate, the newest DLC with the newest raid with 70% cheaters. I can see why it's a 4.2. And Splitgate.
This is a whole other news topic we haven't even covered. Is that they're doing mass layoffs there because Splitgate 2 is doing really bad.
Well, yeah, it was supposed to be the game. It was supposed to be the game that made FPSs great again. It didn't. I'm honestly more offended by the fact that they thought that was going to be the game, too. To be honest.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Splitgate. I just don't like the way it's designed and everything. I don't have a lot of faith in, so not too surprised.
Like
just to show this off a little bit, but
if I had to be honest, man, the main reason why Splitgate 1 even like popped off to begin with was because it was basically Halo on PC.
Yep.
But then they brought Halo to PC. So like, yeah, I mean, it has portals, but they could have done so much more with the portals. But it's bullshit. Okay.
Yeah. The CEO came out during the Game Awards, wasn't it? With a mega inspired kind of hat.
We watched that live, dude. Remember?
Make FPS great again.
I think we all cringed simultaneously when we saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like FPSs are like some dying genre that like
No,
it's like one of the most popular genres in the world.
I think that's what I hated about it is that I play plenty of good FPSs like
but none of them are Splitgate 2.
Exactly. I used to play games, some pretty bizarre games like Ricochet. If you guys don't know what Ricochet is, it was a Half-Life based, like Valve made this like almost is the most bizarre game in the world, but you shoot discs as you jump around on little pads and you try to get headshots and stuff like that. I played stuff like that and enjoyed it, and Splitgate just didn't look interesting to me.
Yeah.
I mean, Splitgate is basically just Halo but worse, and portals.
Well, there's no personality to it. All the characters look too similar. It looks like Tron, but even worse than that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think it's a badly designed. It's just it needed more flair to it, in my opinion. It needed something to actually distinguish maybe characters or make it feel different. And I just don't feel like it did that.
Also, one thing too, no one mentions this, but the gun sound effects in Splitgate 1 are terrible. Like, they sound so weak and so like pathetic, and like I know it's a weird thing to like harp on, but because like sound effects are very important, and I hate when guns sound weak. It makes me not want to play an FPS.
I agree for the most part. If that's your core, your core aspect of the game, then you better make sure it's really good. But it sounds like they're shutting down the original Splitgate in an effort to revamp, and they're also laying off the developers probably related to that one. So hopefully you went over to Splitgate 2 if you were at the company, or else you're gone. To revamp the game after launching. So they are going to kill their old one, and then they're going to continue working on the new one, which, don't get me wrong, I give companies credit to not drop a game right away and try to improve it for the people that bought it. And for like, I think there's been a few games that have done that in the past, and it's paid off for them. So I'll give them credit to that. So we'll see where they go.
They're killing it just in time for Stop Killing Games to... No, well, they're killing it before Stop Killing Games can save Splitgate 1.
Yeah, it depends on how they're killing it. They might just stop development. They might have been developing it, and so...
From what I understand, the plans are still up in the air about what to do. They say one possibility is to make it playable offline, but, like, the game doesn't have split screen, right? It doesn't even have a single player. So, like, what are you playing offline? Just, like, against bots?
They should just release the netcode. Just release the code to be able to run the servers, or make it so that you can create your own lobby on your computer. Like, there's a lot of different ways.
Yeah,
dude.
But this is the reason the industry doesn't want to have Stop Killing Games, is because they can't do devious shit like this, where they shut down the old one to force players to go to the new one.
The new one, yeah.
Dude, you know what? Dude, modded Splitgate 1 would sound pretty sick, though. They could fix the sound effects. They could fix the fact that you can't place portals on almost every... One thing that really irks me is the fact that portals... It's a selling feature of Splitgate, right? Like, you can see through portals, shoot enemies through them, go through them, etc., etc. And it's got, like, portal-style momentum, too. But here's the thing, though. It's very limited on where you can place them. Like, Portal has places where you can't, like, put portals, right? But most of the environments, except for certain, like, chambers, tend to be, like, littered in, like, white surfaces, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Splitgate has the opposite. There are specific, like, areas that are designated for portals, which is bullshit. They should just make it so that you can put portals in almost every surface.
They definitely could make it more abundant, but in certain surfaces and stuff, it'd be definitely tricky, I feel like.
I mean, I could understand it if not working on like ramps, like sloped ramps and all that stuff. I could, or like rocks. I could see it. I could see them not doing rocks, but like
rocks would be weird, because then they'd have to calculate trajectories of very bent space-time kind of stuff, or not space-time, but like space. It's weird,
right? I understand that, but like most like buildings, there were a lot of maps with a lot of like buildings and stuff, and most of the areas you couldn't like portal onto, which is ridiculous.
I love the statement. CEO says he's made many mistakes, and it's like, and I'm sorry I have to lay all you guys off, but you know, I'll still be here. He's a true CEO,
man. Man, see, the VShojo CEO couldn't do this, because Imagine if everyone left 1047 just like VShojo, and they just made their own studio, but without that CEO. That'd be awesome.
So here's the problem. VTubers and people like that, they have channels and stuff that they can continue making money. So if they cut ties, they can get that pumped into their bank account.
I know.
And it's at least something. Game developers don't have that. They cut ties, they're screwed if they don't have money. If they get laid off, at least they have severance, and a lot of big companies do give decent severances. And so that's why I think some game companies have been able to, like indies have been able to come up, is because they had enough severance to try to make an indie. But just leaving, then that's, I guess, how they kind of keep you in the system.
I understand. I'm not sure what to make of it now. 1047 Games really screwed the pooch when it comes to Splitgate.
I just looked up the concurrent users for Splitgate. Their 24-hour peak is 155 users, and their average players over the last over the last year has not exceeded 300 players.
Well, that's
of Splitgate 2?
Of Splitgate, the first one. But if you look at Splitgate 2,
oh no, it's going to be worse, isn't it?
Splitgate 2 has over the last 24 hours, they have 1,400 concurrent players.
Ooh,
and,
that's not good.
And they in June they had 13,000. So not very good.
That's really, really bad. In fact, that's so bad. I don't know if they're going to be coming back, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Dude, forget Splitgate 1 and 2. I doubt the company's going to survive at this rate.
Yeah.
No. I don't know. If I was them, I would have created a whole new game IP.
What about
sometimes?
What about something inspired by Halo, but like not Halo?
But it's not. It's inspired by it, but it's not even like I don't know. I don't like Portals. I don't know. It doesn't look unique enough.
It really
doesn't feel like it has its own. It's not genre defying yet, and so maybe they could have worked on the first one and then created their own IP and then morphed the first one into something more. But just
I think the first thing that really like turned people off was Splitgate 2 when it was first announced, because I remember Splitgate 1 was fairly popular, sort of.
Yeah.
But Splitgate 2, I think what turned people off the second one was that they announced that they were getting like classes. And classes in a Halo like is just a bad idea, period. In my opinion.
That's why you just change the IP. It could be like, this is not going to be Splitgate 2. We're just going to call it something else. And then you can have classes and you're not going to get people upset.
Team Splitgate 2. Man. They could have just made it like Team Fortress. Mm-hmm. I don't know, man, but I don't know how you could have saved. I don't know how you could have saved Splitgate. To be honest, there are too many games out there nowadays, and a lot of people are just sticking to one game, like a game that's like already well established, right?
That's why Splitgate probably should have just kept on doing updates for Splitgate.
And not
like that game, like 1047 should have been doing updates for Splitgate. That is, not do a second one and do a different IP to try to continue, the company. I don't think it was smart to do a Splitgate 2. It feels too similar, and there was like why at that point.
Money.
Yeah, speaking of money, Microsoft is saying we want more of it by selling things for cheaper. So this is a really interesting story, actually, and I'm hoping it's indicative of how we're going to be going from here on out with some of these titles, but we'll see. You never know. Microsoft backs away from $80 games. That's what this title says, and drops the Outer Worlds 2 price to $70 in line with current market conditions. Now, Outer Worlds 2 doesn't have the best. Like, one of the speculations on all this is that it does not have the best pre-order stats right now. It just doesn't have the best numbers, and so that's why they're backing down, which makes sense. Okay, but there's also another thing. It's going to be day one Game Pass, so you're going to have drastically lower reservations. So these companies need to they've really got to take that into account. I feel like Microsoft shoots themselves in the foot every time. Dude, this is performing so bad. Why is it? It couldn't be us. It's got to be the developers or the price or something. It's got to be something else. It can't be us.
Yeah. Microsoft cites the price drop because, like, they cite the current market conditions for the price drop. Guess who made the current market so hostile to buying games at full price? Game Pass. Microsoft did.
Man,
Yeah.
When you guys say stuff like this, we're gonna get some more comments accusing us of like anti-Xbox bias, which is, by the way, totally true.
That's BT Maverick. He likes I talked to him the other day. He likes to mess. He likes to mess with us. So
I know.
Yeah, so
I don't think anyone that actually disliked our take on Microsoft would keep watching us.
Yeah, no, yeah. So this is a fun little quote from them, from Obsidian. We at the Earth Directorate have worked with Redacted to revise the price of Outer Worlds 2. So if you've never played Outer Worlds 1, which I don't think either of you guys have played, right?
I've played the Outer Worlds one. I did not care for it at all.
Okay. I have not.
I loved Outer Worlds 1. It was great. I love it. But I also like Obsidian's Fallout New Vegas a lot. So, and I like the take. They go a little too... It's too ham-fisted. It's just a little too on the point with it being an anti-capitalistic kind of game. Because it's a capitalistic dystopia, essentially, is what this is what Outer Worlds 1 is. Everything is based on capitalism, buying, money. It is pure greed. and they like to make fun of it. It's fun, but they go a little like too far sometimes where I'm like, okay, this isn't as funny as I was hoping. You got to have some veiled humor. But this is still a fun, we with the Earth Directorate, kind of thing. We've raised the price for, it's just a fun take on this. And I can guarantee Obsidian probably did not want to have this be $80. They probably wanted to be cheaper. It was probably Microsoft that's like, all the games have to be really expensive because,
Nintendo
that's what's going to sell.
Nintendo did it. Why can't we do it, right?
Nintendo has control over their whole platform and market. So they can do it. And guess what? They're going to probably still lose themselves from it. With Outer Worlds, though, Outer Worlds 1 is a very cult classic. It's a very specific to a set of, like, Dead Space in some ways. It has its following, and you can make a lot of money off of this following. But if you try to play it up more than it is, you're not going to make that money back. So them saying, yeah, this is an $80 game is kind of ridiculous. Outer Worlds 1 itself was probably a $50. I would consider it more of a $50 game, like a $49.99 kind of thing. And Outer Worlds 2 is probably really not worth $70. It's probably worth more like $60 or $50. But I haven't played it yet. It's just basing it off Outer Worlds 1. So hopefully this is indicative of us not having $80 games, but staying at 60 for a while. I think this is also going to be the split between indie, AA, and AAA. I think AAA is going to be coming, or maybe even quadruple A are just going to start going like for $80, maybe $100 like Grand Theft Auto. We can start seeing companies try to get away, because if they own the market for like Call of Duty or Grand Theft Auto, they can charge whatever they want, and their fan base, if it's big enough, will pay for it, and they could probably make more money. So we're probably going to see some trickery from game companies going forward, but hopefully this teaches Microsoft a little bit of a lesson, and we don't have that huge price increase for a lot of their games. So, I don't know. What do you get? What do you guys think of this whole ordeal? Do you think we're going to get some of these companies backing off more, or we'll just have to see?
I think we'll see. I mean, the temptation for these companies is just pure greed, and they want as much money as they possibly can. And most of them don't think critically enough to realize they might sell more and make more at a lower price point.
Yep.
I don't know, man. The Outer Wilds 2 seems like a maybe buy it later on sale sort of game for me.
Yeah.
I'm offended by that, but okay. No, it is definitely one of those games with Outer Worlds 2. I that's my point, is that it has its following, and it's not like a Call of Duty following, but you can make lots of money off this title if you play it right. Just don't fuck your the players over is kind of one of the things, make it reasonable, because even for like someone like me, I'm not going to pay $80 for this. I'm going to wait for it. Well, I might go find it on a different platform like Fanatical or something like that, because like, especially when they're this high a price, they usually are discounted there. But or I'll wait for a price decrease, because it'd have to be a StarCraft. Even though as much as I like Outer Worlds 1, it has to be like a StarCraft kind of game for me to pay whatever price. There's only a couple of different games out there that I'd pay $100, $200 for, and this is not it.
Would you pay $102 for GTA 6?
No. But GTA 6 is not my type of game. That being said, for the graphical part of it, I might, because I do like to analyze graphics. So, I don't know. Maybe for benchmarking, I might, but that'd be more of a business kind of thing. So, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Like, inflation's a thing, but we also have more players than ever that are like more gamers than ever that are buying stuff, and so we don't really need to raise the price on things. They're already making more money. They just want to do it out of pure greed. And I think at the end of the day too, is the cost of living's gone up drastically for a lot of gamers, like lower class. I shouldn't say lower class, but like lower income. That's it. Lower income, middle income kind of gamers are really feeling a tight budget, and so if you're raising this also, like their entertainment to $80, they're going to go for, and it's a competitive market. They're going to go for indies and AA titles. Like a lot of like me, I'm not going to go for the $80. If I have $80, I'm going to probably end up buying one or two indie or AA because I'm going to find them and I'm going to enjoy them. There's plenty out there that I like. So
yeah.
I'll get off my soapbox on that, but yeah, it's. I do like their marketing though. Obsidian coming out, it's like doing their little whistle. It's like you didn't see anything. It's now 70.
Yeah, I like that.
It's
facing.
Yeah, and it's definitely Obsidian. I like them as a studio, and I really hope that Outer Worlds 2 does well, and that Microsoft didn't fuck them over with even having it be 70.
I'm just worried that regardless of what's gonna of how it sells, Microsoft's might I don't know, might lay them off. I mean, that's been the trend, right? I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter if you make a good or bad game if you don't make a right.
It depends on how much you make. It's your value is all based on like what they budgeted for you, and some of the stuff that's outside of what your budget is, like marketing. And then if you don't reach to what they want you to, even though they might have been super profitable, they'll destroy you. Microsoft might be different than EA, but you know, that's what EA did to my favorite stuff. So, well, speaking of, have you guys seen the new leak? Like Lenovo Legion Go 2? Like, there's some new leaked stuff.
No, I have not seen it.
Ooh. So, better grips, OLED screen, and more memory, which we already kind of knew, but there's even more to it. If you want to like,
they're playing Genshin in the leak.
Okay, first off, this is a Chinese guy, so they're Chinese. You can't blame them.
I thought they would have picked like a more graphically demanding game, like Cyberpunk.
So, from my understanding, I didn't realize this, and we'll see, but this more leaked specs indicate that this is going to be a Z2 processor, not a Z2 Extreme. I mean, which is interesting, but then I saw benchmarks that showed the difference between Z1 Extreme and Z2 Extreme, and they were only, like, some of the games are only, like, 5 FPS different. Yeah. So I don't know if the Z2 Extreme is going to actually be that decent of a upgrade.
But I am curious about the Z2 standard, because at last we recall, if you remember, the original ROG Ally released with a Z1 SKU, and it was generally agreed that the Z1 was not worth it wasn't worth the money.
Yeah, exactly. But if the Z2 is more power efficient and is as performant as a Z1 Extreme, then that might be the best of both worlds potentially.
Huh?
Maybe, I don't know. But maybe they'll release a. Yeah, no. This one is just a Z2, not the Z2 Extreme.
Yeah, and so what are some of the other specs though? That's what I want to figure out, because I need.
See if they have the list. I thought they had the list on here. No, maybe not. The list is in the video, but I thought they also had the.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like a straight upgrade. It's got OLED and variable refresh rate.
Yes, it does. It's got VRR. It's got OLED. It's 144 hertz still. It is the controller and everything is much better. It's backwards compatible with the original. So if you buy the controllers on their own, it will work on the previous version, which I will give Lenovo credit there. I like backwards compatibility as much as you can keep it. So yeah, it's looking good.
It does look good.
But I am a little worried about the Z2 because I want to buy this for my day-to-day driver and use an eGPU with it, but because I want a bigger screen. If that Z2 Extreme or the Z2 processor does not have the same, like if it truly is like not a little bit better, or let's say about the same as Z1 Extreme, then cool. If Z2 Extreme could have been much better, I'm not going to be happy. Because I'm going to want every core possible, because I'm going to be, like I said, using the eGPU with this thing. And I'm going to really try to push this beyond being just portable.
Is the Z2 Extreme not based on the Strix Halo processors that have been like making headways? Like, that's my question too, because I thought maybe that was based on that. And like, if you look at the ROG Strix, not ROG Strix, sorry, the AMD like Strix Halo like devices, like with the Z13 Flow, or even Gardner's like mini PC, he has a device with the Strix Halo, right? That's substantially better than like the Z1 and like the prior like APU that's based on.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think, Gardner, on that?
I mean, yeah, I don't know when it comes to this device, but I like the Strix Halo definitely has like significant improvements over like a built-in APU.
Yeah. So.
And not to mention, the Fox actually did a video on the GPD Win 5, which has the Strix Halo APU in it.
This will have the 780M series though graphics. So
wait, what does Strix Halo have? Strix Halo GPU.
Yeah, I'm truthfully not much of a hardware guy. Like I'm not knowledgeable about this stuff. So
I keep up to date on certain things, but yeah,
if this is to be believed, the 780M I believe was on the Z1 Extreme to begin with.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. It was on the Extreme, so it should be the same graphical. It's just the processor is,
but
which is interesting because the 880 series is what it should be. I feel like, but this is a prototype, so this might not be indicative of what we're going to get at the end of the day.
I mean, that is valid. Not to mention the actual device itself, I believe, is running the Z2, right? Just the regular Z2, right? Not the Z2 Extreme?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, so it sounds like Z2 is going to be a 780M GPU core set on there. So,
all right. So
that'll be interesting though.
So let's look at the specs for the GPD Win 5. I pulled up the spec sheet right here. See what we got here. See, there's the Ryzen AI. Come on, man. It's AMD Ryzen AI Max Plus 395 and the AMD Ryzen AI Max 385. Those are the two SKUs. Architecture Zen 5 Strix Halo. Where's the GPU section? Okay, so the Strix Halo devices come with the AMD Radeon 8000 S series. So one of them comes with a 8050S and the other comes with an 8060S. So it's different. Can you go back to the graphics section of that video?
Yeah. These naming conventions, man.
it's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I hate it. I hate it so much. Some of the smartest people in the world, they can't come up with a good name. Fuck the marketing guys. Alright, fuck them. Alright, there, I said it.
Calm down. Calm down.
Alright. 780M specs. I need to see how many... So, according to this website right here, the 780M generally comes with 768 shader cores, whereas this new one comes with 2000. Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah,
that's almost like double the amount of. Wait, hold on. So
that's like triple.
The 780M has 12 CUs, compute units. Let's see, the Radeon 8050S, the lower end version of the GPD Win Mini 2, comes with 32 CUs. So that's like over double the amount of compute units. And the higher end one has 40 compute units too. So,
dude, I just don't quite understand why we're making the same machines over and over again. Like this. I mean, I don't remember exactly what I had. I don't have the memory for these kind of things, but like the Legion Go S that I have had either the Z1 or the Z1 Extreme or the Z2. I don't remember. I think it was the Z1 Extreme.
I thought it had a Z2 Go, didn't it? Or
it comes with there's a different SKU. It comes with either or, depending on who you are.
But like this freaking mini PC here, this has the Z2 Extreme in it, right? Or the Z2 in it. And then other mini PC that I have, like I've got like 4 or 5 mini PCs with either the Z2 or like the Ryzen AI 9 blah 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 blah. It's just like, why are we building the same computers over and over again? I just don't understand it.
If they're a different company that try to compete and have maybe a couple of different things different, I understand. But if it's the same company like INEO, why do you keep on doing the same specs? I mean, they do have different types of hardware now, at least. At least they're doing that. Because there for a while they were not doing that. But it's just crazy. Like
it's just like I would think that the Legion Go 2 would have the AI Pro in it, right? Or are these the old specs for the previous device?
No, this is not the old specs because the Z2 wasn't available for the Legion Go 1. These are prototype, so we got to take these with a little bit with a grain of salt because it could be different. They could maybe have just been prototyping the hardware, the controllers or stuff. Who knows? Who knows what they were doing? But I guess there is also the spec sheet here. But once again, things can be faked. It's super bizarre to have a Z2 processor and not have a Z2 Extreme option for your flagship device. So if they don't have Z2 Extreme, I'm really shocked.
Well, I'm shocked the Z2 Extreme is seemingly weaker than the Strix Halo devices.
Yeah,
like GPD is starting to put those in the Strix Halos in like their newest devices too. I gotta watch. What is
the power consumption though on those? They could be doing this more also for because the Legion Go 1 was abysmal for power.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Though the Fox has said that Strix Halo is actually pretty good on. It's very power efficient too if you configure it down that way. Of course, he's the Fox, so he knows a lot more about doing all that stuff than I do, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm hoping that because I do want a device like this that's 32 gigabytes of RAM. I want the best when I go to buy this that I can, so I can run it for a while.
Well, I mean, aside from the Z2 being, actually, wait, it says Z2 processor. Wait, this doesn't even say Z2 Extreme. That's
what I've been saying. It does not say. The other one on the right is the
Z
smaller devices. Is the what are the ones you guys have? Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. I do hear that the Z2 Extreme is a generational leap at lower wattages. But
which I'd potentially even take that. I do want the extra Yeah. I do want extra cores though, because I might use it with an eGPU for some game development, but we'll see.
We'll see, yes.
Because I want to do some content with it. It's gonna be fun. But this has definitely got me a little worried. Like, looks like I'm getting the Xbox Ally X 360 AI handheld.
Well, hold on now. What about the battery? Does the spec sheet have a battery? Like,
no, but I think they've already leaked the battery. It's like a 60. Is it a 65 or 75? I think it's like a 60. It's between 65 and 75 watts. I'd have to look it up. I mean, it probably has it in here somewhere. 74 watts battery for cell. So it's much bigger than the original, actually, quite a bit.
So if the battery blows up, it'll burn your house down.
You know what? I have fire insurance, so I'm fine with that. As long as Loki makes it out, we're good. I don't need a little fire corgi ball. Yeah. I'm pretty sure the second column is the the Legion Go S.
Honestly, man, I'm just waiting for the Steam Deck 2 to come out, man.
Yeah.
I think for the average person, I definitely do recommend that. Anyone that I talk to, I'm like, if you're really wanting a true upgrade and you're more casual, just stick with the Steam Deck for now. But I'm trying to, I kind of want content, and I also want to just simplify my life, and I want an eGPU. Steam Deck 2 needs to have an eGPU compatibility, because I really want to play around with that. It's making it less fun to not have that option.
Please, Valve, give us something, man. Dude, the Steam Deck community has been in an uproar because, I mean, what more can you do with the Steam Deck, really? The most you can do at this point is, try to run a game that doesn't run very well on the Steam Deck. Kind of like, what's the one I'm looking for? Any modern AAA game that comes out these days doesn't really run that well on Steam Deck for the most part, right?
It depends on what it is, but yeah.
Yeah.
Split Fiction runs really good on it.
I don't know if I'd call that AAA, but fair enough.
Okay. I'm offended by that, but no, you're I mean, I'd put it on the realms of AA, but it has decent graphics, and it's just I think they optimized it also.
Yeah.
They optimized it well enough to run on the Steam Deck, so
fair enough.
I think a lot of games could be done that way, but we're not, holding these game companies to do that.
Oh, they do have an interesting battery layout. It's like a U-shaped battery.
Is it? Oh yeah, it is a U-shape. I thought it was a dual. They had two different ones, but
or maybe it is. I don't know. I couldn't really tell from that video.
No, I think you're right. I think it was U. Because it has a connector at the bottom.
Yeah, I do.
It probably doesn't have. It probably doesn't have any battery in the bottom part. It just keeps it as one unit.
Yeah, that's valid.
It's a bigger fan than the original one. I've taken apart of the original one. There was definitely plenty of room to upgrade, so I'm glad that they used that extra room to add this battery in, because that was one. If you're gonna have an 8.8 inch screen, you better have a bigger battery.
Honestly, man, I thought I'd use the mouse mode more in my Legion Go, because it was such a cool thing to have once. But it's not that usable because of how bad Lenovo's control configurator is. Now, if they combine that with Steam input, I bet you it'd be a lot better, right?
Yeah, I agree. I definitely think there's a lot of things that they can improve. Software is the worst part, definitely, about the Legion Go. I had to return it. The software was so bad, I had to return my Legion Go. I just couldn't use it. It was bothering me too much.
I returned my Ally.
That's the thing. I liked my Ally. I kept my Ally, and so I was using my Ally for months, and then I got the Legion Go, partially to do content too, but also because I just wanted a bigger screen, and I'm like, nope, I want the bigger screen, but I can't stand this. But now that they're coming out with a new one, I've heard that they've upgraded their software quite a bit, and SteamOS, I could put SteamOS on there, and there's going to be additional Windows options. It looks much bright, like there's going to be a lot more things you can do with Legion Go too. So I'm hoping everything's fixed. We'll see. But if another, maybe whatever it is, I just want an 8-inch plus device. That's all I really care about. I'm a size queen or king right now with my displays, so sticking with the NSFW kind of tag of this episode. Size matters for me right now. So.
Wow.
Okay.
So, with that being said, I think we've pretty much run the gamut on our whole topic list, and we've even covered a couple of things that were not on the list. With that being said, anything else we need to cover before we mosey on out?
Let's see what Reddit has to say.
Oh my gosh. This is where Patreon should be. It's okay, now it's time for the searching.
Let's see. Clear Obscure developers visit Square Enix's office for a, quote, rich exchange, quote, of ideas. Sony wants to expand PlayStation Studios games beyond PlayStation hardware, hiring to partner with Xbox, Steam, Nintendo Switch, and more. Oh, this might be interesting. Says here, Microsoft left yada 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 yada. Yeah, look, they're hiring for senior director, multi-platform, and account management. Why PlayStation? Okay, overview. Reporting to the VP, Commercial Management as Senior Director of Multi-Platform and Account Management, you will play a critical leadership role in shaping and executing the global commercial strategy for PlayStation Studios software titles across all digital platforms beyond PlayStation hardware, including Steam, Epic Games Store, Xbox, Nintendo, and mobile. This role is accountable for optimizing title profitability, ensuring cross-functional alignment, and leading a high-performing team focused on multi-platform extension, mid-range commercial planning, and platform partner management. So, who wants to be the senior director to kill console exclusives?
Oh, I think they're died a long time ago.
Well, I mean, they could be a little more dead, if you ask me, but...
They could be completed.
They could be completely dead. We could be having God of War, the new God of War, day one on Xbox. That's how dead it should be.
I got your joke, James.
I know. It was a stupid joke because it didn't quite fit, but they could complete its career of being non-exclusive. I mean, it will be interesting to see what the future holds, because at the end of the day, I'll probably own every platform that I want to play games on, like a Sony device, PC.
Well,
I'm doing pretty good these days.
Well, you could own everything on PC.
True, actually, that's true, except for it has been kind of nice for the kids to not have to tinker around with the PC to get it started to play stuff like Astrobot, because they come to me if something doesn't work with, like, VR. One of my kids likes to play VR a lot, and so I have to get up and help them all the time, and so it's nice that they can just have the easy UI with the PlayStation.
Well, hopefully, SteamOS will be even... I mean, I think SteamOS has, like, bridged that gap quite a bit. I know there are still some, like...
I agree.
Yeah, like,
They
SteamOS
should not have Astrobot.
They could have Astrobot if you applied for this job.
True.
Or if Gardner applied for this job, he could make PlayStation release all their games on PC day one.
Yeah.
Come on.
Dude, I've a lot I could say about this, but, like, I'm not opposed to console exclusives. I know people get pissed at me for saying that. I don't give a shit. Like, if a company wants to do it, that's more power to them. I don't care.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm a little bit the same way. I don't care so much, but yeah. Look, if I really like it enough, I'm going to buy the console and play it.
Here's the thing. Console, like, dude, console exclusives sell consoles.
Right.
Like that, but what it also does is, like, the FOMO cycle, like the FOMO marketing cycle. And, you know, if you're deeply passionate about there should not be any console exclusives, then you're caught in the FOMO cycle. Like, it sucks. Like, I don't care about I don't care about new video games anymore anyway. So it's like, let them do whatever the hell they want. I don't care.
I still get FOMO.
Dude, I literally, the only game that I've even felt a little bit of FOMO for is the Perfect Dark game that Microsoft just killed. Like, I'm not kidding. Over the last 10 years, I don't think I've been excited about, like, any game besides maybe Doom Eternal.
And how did that turn out?
Doom Eternal was great. And then I love Doom Eternal. I watched the trailer for Doom the Dark Ages, the first trailer, and I was like, ooh, that looks terrible.
And then
I tried to keep an open mind, but I just did not think it was exciting. It didn't look exciting. Like, I think the games industry has lost its mojo, and that's where we're at right now. Like, it's just a directionless industry.
I also think there's an abundance of a lot of games, and I think there might be a little bit of like, just what's the thing I'm thinking of is just we're getting too many. We're being inundated with so much.
Yeah, and
Inundated
most of the games now are like predatory microtransactions with like almost no like single player like component, and I don't give a fuck about online play in the slightest. Like, so for me it's like, dude, if you want to sell, you know, and these companies have just lost their way completely, so it's like I want the industry to die and I don't care. Like the AAA industry, I want the indie industry to keep going because they're great.
Dude, the indies will inherit the games industry. That would be great.
The indies shall inherit
the indies.
That happened before. So
sorry, I get on my soapbox about this.
No, it's fine. It's just there's a lot of people that are going to suffer. I want it to be kind of a rebirth. I kind of want,
like,
I don't think that's going to
like an Atari video games crash.
Oh yeah, it's coming, dude.
Potentially, yeah. Well, I think it's going to be, they're just going to keep on shedding off anything that's not profitable. And they're going to get to the point where it's like, we can only milk Call of Duty so much,
dude,
and they'll die. They'll just die.
Right now, the industry is doing that already. And it's a Jenga tower. Like they're shaving off everything that isn't profitable and resting the entire fate of the industry on Call of Duty and Halo and The Last of Us. And it's like, dude, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
I mean, how many? And Grand Theft Auto 5, like, dude, you know, it's just like these massive titles that will not be able to support the industry under its own weight, and it's just going to crash.
Well, I don't want to have like 4 companies to go work for. That sounds horrible, and it sounds anti-competitive, essentially, especially for such a big industry as games.
Yeah,
sounds like a nightmare. But then again, I'm much more for small and medium businesses. So break up the big ones.
Yeah, well, we need unions and we need smaller companies.
Unions are coming for these for all tech jobs. Yeah. Trust me on that one.
It's got to happen.
You treat people bad enough, they're going to unionize. So, yeah. Well, let's end this episode on. I don't know if there's anything good to end this on. Lenovo Legion Go looks interesting, but it's a little disappointing. So. Nothing's good. Everything's bad. Let's sign out. Any last things you want to mention? Just little things before we head out.
Get subscribed.
Yeah, get subscribed. Ooh. Also, Iron Mouse made her own little charity that you can donate to for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. If you want to donate there instead of having that charity fund embezzled, do it instead. You know, there'll be a link in the description down below. I'm sending that to you guys as well in case you're interested. And she's been doing great work. I think it's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
She's a good face for something like that too. Like she's done amazing stuff. She's very talented. So I'm hoping that go donate there. That's it for me. Peace out, guys. See you later.
Peace out. See ya.
See ya.
Peace. And stopping.